Beautiful. Huh, Gata? We're not going all the way to Alvor though today. What do you think? Sunday stroll along the beach? What do you think? Time for a reward? Just over there.
We came to Meia Praia. We stopped at a cafe. We shared a burger. We had pints in the plural. And now we are walking back. Fun enough, we've been in Lagos for 3 months. That's exactly the time that took us to find out this path.
So now we're going the reverse way.
So we know exactly where it starts in Lagos. We can talk about something. It's a long path.
Not COVID, not politics.
Not COVID, not politics. Okay.
Well, after Arsenal's result, not football.
We have our contract at Lagos Marina until June. And even though it sounds a long way to go, we're still not sure what to do after because of COVID and because of Brexit.
Yeah.
Don't know, you guys have any suggestions?
So the options are, you can't leave Lagos Marina, that's decision made. Then we can't leave Portugal. If we can't leave Portugal, then we have Ferragudo, Colatra and the Guadiana to go and explore. And then outside of that, if you can leave Portugal but have to stay within the EU for only 3 months, then potentially we have to Gibraltar, maybe the Balearics, maybe across Africa. But it's all good choices. There's no bad choices in there at all. It looks like the path's coming to an end now. We have to try and find our way back.
So we don't need to be talking bollocks anymore, do we?
No more bollocks. Just exploring. What's the handle?
That's Lagos train station. That's the old train station. So yeah, we are pretty much at home. Lady Gay is on this pontoon here, just at the end. Question for you, Richard.
Yeah.
Do we enjoy being in Lagos Marina?
The location is awesome, given that you have access to the old town on one side. On the west side of the beaches you have all the caves, east side you have Portimao and all those places. I would say personally for me, the expat communities here is really not my vibe.
It doesn't really feel being in Portugal, it feels like being in a posh marine in England, to be honest. That's my opinion.
I would agree with that. I'm pleased that we chose to spend winter here, and you can't argue around the facilities in the marina. It's fantastic, the marineros, the office, how secure it is here. You get no swirl.
Enough of talking. That's right, enough of talking. It's time to do some working.
So what we have here on our Eno marine stove, 2 hobs here on the top of our cooker. These little things here I've discovered now are called thermocouples, and what's happening is once you switch the hob on, when you let the pressure off, the gas goes out basically. There we go, and you can hear a dunk. Doesn't stay on. Having had some advice from other people with similar ovens and similar issues, it's these little boys here, these little bad boys, thermocouples, and what happens is they warm up, create some sort of like a thermal current to keep this little plunger pushed in. I think they're broken or faulty now. I've got a couple of replacements. It doesn't touch the gas, it doesn't touch the electricity, and I'm hoping it's a relatively simple process to swap these out. So I think what I need to do is remove this plate here. There's 1, 2, 3 screws on that hob, 2 further screws on that one, so let's see. Needless to say, I'm not going to touch the gas whatsoever. Carefully remove that. To there. Okay. So that one's just pulled out. There's a retaining nut on this one here. So. Nothing holding that fucker in place, apart from which is going to be you. So you're going to stay there. The new thermocouples are different to the old ones. The old ones have a thread on the bottom of the tip fitting. The newer ones are narrower. So on the left hand ring here, I've managed to fit the new thermocouple through, although it's not held in place firmly. I thought I'd better check out that the one I've replaced actually works before changing out the right hand ring and finding that neither of them work and we don't even have a hob to cook on. They're just resting in there. Previously, right, that one has an opening. Let's see, it has a groove in it here so it can slide in from the side. This one doesn't. The tops are different. Can you see? This one has a thread all the way up there to the point here. So this piece sits more snugly, yeah, tighter in there. And in fact, this one here had a screw going down onto the top of here that fitted it in. However, this one here has got a ring on it that is wider than this. So that one wouldn't poke up enough through. So when I put it on originally, that would only poke up and it only went through to that far. So it wasn't in the flame, so it wasn't getting hot, so it wasn't working. So I tried sanding this brass ring here to try and make it slightly smaller. Wasn't working, so I've just got a drill and I've just slightly widened this hole here so the whole thing fits through there now. The trouble is it's not fixed. I don't think it needs to be fixed, but when the hob is screwed back on tight here, it won't be wobbly, but it can move. On the previous one, this was screwed on, and in fact I had to use WD-40 to free that off. It was tight.
You know when it's going to be the big test? When you're at anchor.
And the wind blows. So all I want to show is that they're all down low. That wouldn't do that before, right? Here's a clue for those that know. That's really heavy, in fact. Is the other one that heavy?
You're not going to lose that one, are you?
If you haven't watched it yet, check out our episode where we lose a blade from our folding crop. Come join us next week as we start to get a grip with the problems we've been having with our outboard.
Have you subscribed yet? That's the way to go if you don't want to miss any episode.